Welcome to Movie Caps. Today I will show you a drama, romance, sci-fi film from 2004, titled Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. Joel Barish wakes up in the morning of February 14th, Valentine's Day. He finds his car wrecked and heads over to the train station. Despite not being an impulsive person, he skips work and takes a train to Montauk. He goes to the beach and writes in his journal. He notices a woman and wishes to meet someone new. They keep crossing paths, first at a diner, later at a train station. He tries to avoid her, suspecting that it might seem creepy. Eventually, she initiates a conversation with him, as they're both traveling on the train heading to the same destination. She happens to recognize him and says that he might not recognize her considering how she frequently changes her hair color. She reminds him that she works at the bookstore. They have interesting conversations and she introduces herself as Clementine. She is a free-spirited girl. She gets really close to him and he feels like she is invading his privacy. With a friendly punch they part. After getting off at the station, Joel is driving back home when he notices Clementine on the streets and offers her a ride. He drops her at her place and she invites him inside for drinks. They spend time talking to each other. Joel is stagnant and feels bored of his life, while Clementine wants to make each second of her life count. They make plans to visit the Charles River at night and spend time together. Clementine is trying to seduce him and it is clearly working. She asks him to stay but he decides against it. As he is leaving, she gives him her number. She asks him to call and wish her a happy Valentine's Day. He calls her when he gets home and they connect more. The next night, they visit Charles River and lie down on the ice, staring at the sky, talking about constellations. He drives her back in the morning. She wishes to head to his place to sleep, and goes inside her house to get her toothbrush while Joel waits in the car. Patrick knocks on his window and questions what he is doing over here. Joel looks puzzled. February 13th, a day before Valentine. A grief-stricken Joel is sitting in his car, crying, as a melancholic melody plays in the back. He pulls out the cassette, halting the music, and throws it out of his car window. He is followed by two men in a van. He checks his mail as his neighbor asks him about his plans with Clementine for Valentine's Day. Joel is in his apartment, preparing for the night as he plans to sleep early. He notices people outside, closes the blinds and switches off the lights. The two men manage to break into his apartment. He recalls events and remembers trying to call Clementine but her number changed. She's in a relationship with a younger man, and doesn't recognize Joel anymore. He is with his friends Carrie and Rob at their place, and is feeling defeated. Rob tells him about a company called Lacuna, which provides a service of erasing people's memories. Joel finds out Clementine had her memories of him erased from her mind and is absolutely baffled. Wanting to meet the doctor who did this, he visits Lacuna personally. Dr. Howard Mierzweig tells him he shouldn't have found out about this process. Clementine wanted to move on and their company provided that possibility. Joel is shattered and decides to get his memories of her deleted as well. He gives away everything that has a memory of Clementine associated with it. On the basis of these objects, Howard creates a map of memories in Joel's mind. He shares his memories of her with Howard. He recalls the first time he met her, at Rob and Carrie's party on the beach. Joel is told that the process of erasing memories is brain damage in a way, but it's similar to a night of heavy drinking. Objects are placed in front of Joel, as he recalls the memories associated with them. Another version of him has major déjà vu, and he understands that they are in his head as he is seeing himself. At his apartment, Patrick and Stan, the two intruders, try to fix the equipment while executing the process of memory erasure on Joel. His clustered memories blur and get jumbled up. He recalls his last memory of her. She came home late around 3 a.m., he was awake and worried about her. She casually told him she wrecked his car while being drunk and they fought. He tries to chase her but she leaves and the memory is eventually erased. Joel is left feeling confused and resents her. Patrick shares with Stan the shocking news of Clementine being his new girlfriend, while Joel's memories are getting erased. Inside his dreamlike scenario, Joel can hear everything they are talking about. Joel recalls the time when Clementine wanted a baby but he wasn't ready yet. They fight in the market as the memory slowly blurs out. At Joel's apartment, the bell rings and Patrick opens the door for Mary to come in. She is the assistant from the clinic. Also, she is Stan's girlfriend. The trio casually hang around, ransacking his fridge. Meanwhile, Joel experiences a wide range of memories with Clementine. She tells him everything, but Joel doesn't tell her much and they fight about their dysfunctional and unbalanced communication. He upsettingly scribbles in his journal. In another memory, they eat in a restaurant. He wishes other people didn't perceive them as a troubled couple. Out of the blue, Joel hears a distorted conversation between Patrick and a distressed Clementine on the phone in his apartment. Patrick calls her Tangerine, which triggers a memory in Joel's head of when she dyed her hair orange, and he called her by the name Tangerine. Patrick leaves hurriedly to get to Clementine, leaving behind Mary and Stan to do the erasure job. They talk about different things. She speaks fondly of Howard, perspicuously admiring him in front of Stan. Clementine feels like she's disappearing and is distraught. Side effects of memory erasure. Patrick comforts her. She says she wants to see the frozen Charles River. Mary and Stan party together, leaving the machinery working on Joel on autopilot. To win Clementine over, Patrick gifts her a piece of jewelry for Valentine's Day. It was Joel who bought it for her and gave it up as a part of memory associated with Clementine. She appreciates Patrick for getting her the kind of jewelry she likes. In a memory, Joel and Clementine talk about childhood memories under the covers of their bed. She feels insecure about appearing ugly. He tells her she's pretty and shows his affection. Joel whispers to the doctor to let him keep just this one memory. He remembers being with Clementine on the Charles River and tries to hold on to her, but she keeps fading away. He screams that he wants to call off the memory erasure procedure. But Stan and Mary are busy with other things. Joel is on a constant run with her, as he tries to evade the procedure. Joel is abruptly left alone in a blur of memories. He is astonished to find out Patrick works at Lacuna. He's stealing Joel's memories, pretending to be a twisted version of him. While they are on the lake, she's been subtly reminded again of what's happening, because of Patrick impersonating Joel. Joel finds her again and she suggests he stay awake to resist the procedure. He succeeds for a second but goes back in his mind. He says that the only reason he is getting her erased from his mind is because she erased him first. To avoid being found by the memory erasure system, he takes her off the map, into his childhood memories. The memories keep getting warped up as they become more confusing. She tries to keep him focused on evading the procedure and staying hidden. Stan and Mary wake up in a haze, as Stan realizes Joel is off the map. They decide to call Howard over to handle things. They clean the apartment space and sober up. Howard comes and sorts through all of Joel's memories, eventually locating Joel and Clementine hidden off the map, and erases the memory. Joel wakes up during the procedure, creating a tense situation. Howard injects a syringe into him and he fades out. Mary gives Howard compliments on his skills, in a flirtatious way. Joel and Clementine are living a memory in which they watch a movie together, as things start distorting and the memory starts getting erased. They flee again. He hides her in his humiliating moments as the memories continue being erased. They end up in Montauk. They keep resisting and constantly try to hide, as the surrounding memories vanish. Stan decides to head out. Mary and Howard are left alone. They converse as Mary talks to him about deep and profound quotes. She confesses her feelings for him, and they get intimate. Stan notices them from outside the apartment as Howard's wife furiously arrives in her car, and spots them together. He chases after his wife, but the situation flips as Mary finds out that she and Howard shared a history. She had her memories of him erased. Joel and Clementine share a fond memory in a bookstore. He grievously wishes for a second chance at being in a relationship with her again. She tells him to remember her, giving him subtle hope by saying maybe they can be together. Mary is at the office, as she miserably listens to the official tapes of her memory erasure. Joel is living through the memory of the first time he met Clementine at Montauk Beach at his friend's party. They talk and introduce themselves. They realize that this memory will soon no longer exist, and decide to simply enjoy it for what it is. They break into a house on the beach at night, and talk about spending the night there, though Joel seems hesitant. He remembers that he has to catch his ride back home. He is reminded of what actually happened in that memory. He left quietly and never spent the night with her because he was too afraid to take a chance. The house floods and breaks down, as the memory is slowly destroyed, because it never happened. This time they share a proper goodbye. She whispers in his ear to meet her in Montauk. Joel is on the way back home from the trip with his friends as he experiences a variety of memories, invoking strong feelings of nostalgia in him. At last, the procedure is done. Howard and Stan leave. Joel wakes up dazed in his bed. Mary resigns from Lacuna and leaves with her belongings. She and Stan share a conversation. She asks him if he knew about what happened with her and Howard, and he says he didn't know about her memories of him being erased. Joel catches a train to Montauk in a hurry. Stan tells Mary he really liked her, as she leaves with a considerable amount of files in her car. The events repeat in sequence, as Joel drives Clementine home and Patrick knocks on his window while he waits in his car. As they drive off, Clementine reads her mail. She finds a tape and a letter from Mary addressed to all the patients of Howard, in which she tells them about getting their memories erased. She sent everybody's files back to them. Clementine plays her tape in the car. They both get extremely confused and upset when they listen to the tape. Joel leaves Clementine high and dry out on the road. She walks back home. Patrick is waiting outside her house, and she screams at him to leave her alone. Later, she finds her way to Joel's place and enters his apartment to find his tape playing out loud. They try to converse normally, while the tape plays in the background, in which Joel talks about the painful and difficult aspects of his relationship with her. She eventually leaves, feeling quite upset. He follows her outside. They stand in the hallway as he tells her that he can't find anything that he doesn't like about her. She tells him that with the passage of time, he will find things that he doesn't like about her. She'll end up feeling bored and trapped in their relationship. They acknowledge the ugly reality of being together, and decide to just go along with it. They are in Montauk as they happily play in the snow together. The end. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this.